WhatsApp Flows empowers businesses to design, build, and customize their experiences so that their customers can get things done fast and simple on WhatsApp. To get the most out of WhatsApp Flows, let's talk about some of the more common quick tips we have for our developer community. Let's dive into endpoint encryption. To implement request decryption and encryption, you can refer to WhatsApp documentation and to the WhatsApp Flows Tools repo on GitHub, which contains full code examples. Next, let's discuss how to validate the signature. First, you will need to generate a SHA-256 signature using the payload and your app secret. To validate the signature, compare your generated signature to the one in the X-Hub signature 256 header, everything after SHA-256 says. If the signatures match, the payload is genuine. Lastly, let's discuss how to handle decryption errors. If you update your public key for encryption, some users may still have the old key cached. In this case, if you fail to decrypt the request, you should return the HTTP status code 421 to force the client to refresh the public key and retry the request. Next, let's cover endpoint health. First, let's explore health check requests. WhatsApp may periodically send health check requests to the endpoints used by Publish Flows. Endpoints should be able to respond to a health check request. Take a look at this sample health check request payload. This is how the request payload will look after you decrypt it on your server. When your server receives the health check request, it should return this payload after encrypting it. Now, let's discuss how to handle error notifications. Error notification requests are sent to your endpoint server when it returns a bad response to the flow. If this occurs, you will receive a payload detailing the error and the error type. This is how the payload will look after being decrypted. This provides you more visibility on failed client interactions so you can fix any errors with your endpoint. When your server receives an error notification, it should return this payload after encrypting it to indicate that the error was acknowledged. Our last set of tips covers how to manage flows. You can clone an existing flow from the same WABA or different WABA instead of creating a new flow from scratch. You can do this using the Create API and specifying the existing flow ID as the clone flow ID parameter. You can test your flow before publishing by sending it to a real device. You can send a draft flow to your number using this API request, or you can send the flow from the Flows Builder interface. You will then receive a message with the flow attached so you can test it. We hope these quick tips will enhance your experience and empower you to make the most of WhatsApp Flows as a developer.